Okay, well, we got dumped on with snow again.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Why? Why? It's March. It snows. It's literally snowed every single day.
Because it's Utah, and that's just kind of how... Who's that?
Getting a phone call. Just says coach. It's literally all it says. Just says coach. Hello? You want to offer me what? A 2-year? What position? I mean, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Is that Home Depot? Like offering you a Lowe's?
No.
RC Willie? IKEA.
I'm a Texan now, bro.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like Houston?
Yeah. They needed O-line help.
What?
Yeah.
There's no shot.
Yeah, no, literally. Coach.
Hello? Hey, how's it going, Coach? Huh? I mean, I played like youth league. 4 years? $230 million guaranteed.
Whoever signed you did way better than the Texans.
Tomorrow? All right, I'll see you at train tomorrow.
Who was coach to you?
I'm a Colt.
What position?
Quarterback. I just got over the starting quarterback for the Colts.
You got a 4-year, $230 million guarantee for the Colts?
Yeah, I gotta fly out tomorrow. This is gotta be a quick episode, bro.
That's crazy.
I mean, dap me up. We both just got paid. I found this on the web. Same. We just got paid before Lamar did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Congrats on being the starting
O-lineman for the Texans, dog. That's lit.
Yeah.
All right, we got to do this fast. So,
intro!
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Training Camp Podcast.
The Training Camp Podcast.
I got a new chair.
With a multitude of guests.
Can't say he's wrong, am I right?
Oh, yeah. Dolphins.
No, I really like
Stupid games.
5-0 last week. That's right. 5-0. Dak Prescott. You could lock up that 4 season.
Again, it's not blazing hot, 65 degrees.
I'm going to do this for fun. They threw to Michael Thomas. The Heat.
How?
Chicago. Yes, you guys get an F.
And a little too much personality.
No.
Last week.
The Ravens?
Oh, fuck. Give me that.
No way. There's no way.
Hammering.
Free.
Really do not
Talk about him.
This one's my fault.
Flex the game. Here we go.
How's it going, guys?
Lamar is still a Raven somehow.
I don't know about that, though.
We'll talk about it later, but as of recording...
Lamar Jackson is still a Baltimore Raven.
For the social media, can y'all listen to when I say as of recording? One of our TikToks did pretty well, and it was one of the basketball ones.
Yeah.
It was the Mavericks. The Mavericks trade for Kyrie, and I said as of recording this are 1-4. Someone called, they literally just beat this team. They literally just beat this team. They literally just beat. Same thing with the freaking top 5 in 5 years. If I see another Jalen Hurts comment, I'm gonna kill myself.
Why can't people just say that like he's 6? Like,
Yeah.
just let him be 6.
That's literally.
It's not other than my joke of Kenny Pickett. Like, it's not like we messed up that bad.
Literally, like, okay.
Allen, Burrow,
Herbert,
Mahomes, and
whoever you fill in, basically.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
It was Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Which, like, also, people are throwing up against Jalen Hurts. That's how I know these are bandwagon Eagle fans, because not a single fucking person said Lamar. And I would take Lamar over Jalen Hurts 12 out of 10 times.
Fair enough.
Would you?
With 5 years of development,
I'm saying
hard to say.
I'm saying right now, because they're assuming that.
Right now, it's tough though. Hurts kind of balled out in the Super Bowl, and Bert's hauled out.
Bert's hauled out.
Hurts balled out this whole season.
But Lamar is also an MVP, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard for sure.
It's
Kinda
definitely
how
right
you
there. It's right
want, there. Yeah, how you want your team, if you're a GM for a day, how you kind of want your team to be laid out.
They both are really good. We'll just say that. All right. Happy Eagles and Lamar fans. I don't know if there's Ravens fans anymore, but
especially not after this.
Dude,
what?
Yeah, I don't.
Is what is it? Unrestricted franchise tag?
Yeah, because basically what that means is they can trade him if they want to.
So basically, what an unrestricted franchise tag is that Lamar will. If he stays on the Ravens, he plays for $32 million this year,
which is such a steal.
Ridiculous. If Lamar plays on $32 million, as crazy as $32 million sounds to people, no, definitely. if Lamar didn't play this year, Lamar's not playing on the franchise tag.
Yeah, no way.
Not for the Ravens. Basically, what the unrestricted does is it gives the other teams to come in and negotiate a deal. The Ravens then get the opportunity to match that deal. If the Ravens don't match that deal, whoever the team that was negotiating Lamar with gives the Ravens 2 first-round picks. They pick up Lamar.
But apparently no team is wanting Lamar?
As of yet, there has been no negotiations made.
What's happening?
Yet.
We made our top 5 like best landing spots, or where we think he's gonna go, or top 3 landing spots where we think he's gonna go. And I said Panthers, and then Saints, and Falcons. And reports came out and said Panthers, Saints, and Falcons. Well, Saints obviously signed Derek Carr.
Saints have a quarterback.
Panthers and Falcons both came out and said no. You don't have a quarterback.
No.
Why don't you want? And then the Jets also said no, which, to be fair, in that situation, they might get Rodgers, so that's a thing. But, like, how are you not even going to meet with him?
It's weird. The only thing I can think of is that he's asking a ridiculous amount of money.
Can we all just give a quick fuck you to Deshaun Watson for ruining the quarterback market forever?
I think he's probably asking like a ridiculous amount of money. It doesn't help that Daniel Jones just signed a
$45 million.
$45 million a year.
To put that in context, Mahomes makes $50 a year. And that means Herbert is going to make like $60, which means Kenny, even though he's not on that level, will be making like 65 just because of the progression.
The market, yeah. So that's another thing why it's crazy if Lamar Jackson plays on $32 million, because Daniel Jones is playing on $45.
Which, hey, congratulations, Daniel Jones, on making your money. I'm not
making
saying
money, man. It's just like Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's like the 3rd highest paid receiver in the league.
Christian Kirk kind of balled out last year.
He balled
though.
out,
but yeah,
the 3rd highest paid receiver in the league. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of to explain to you what the unrestricted is. It gives teams the opportunity to negotiate a contract. If the Ravens want to match, they can. If the Ravens don't match, he's gone.
I think
Lamar's
it's wild
gone.
that their asking price is only 2 first-round picks for an MVP.
It's not. I don't think it's their asking price. That's just what the unrestricted. It does. So
God, so you're only getting 2 first-round.
Yeah,
dude. Because
that's why it's so wild that they did this.
Yeah,
like, I really don't understand.
You think
to my knowledge, the way that it works is teams get to negotiate. If the Ravens don't match, that team sends 2 first. Lamar goes there.
Damn,
it is what it is.
Which is like a fleece by any team because Lamar's worth way more than 2 firsts.
They just got to pay him. They just got to. It's 2 first and a contract.
But apparently, no fucking team is interested, which I don't understand.
And I really do think that comes down to Lamar asking 8. I feel like his contract and
I feel like he's earned it.
Meet him,
and I
he deserves to get paid the way that he plays. He deserves to get paid. But then again, the way that he plays,
he can get hurt.
If it's like a ton of guarantee, which that's kind of how all contracts are leading towards now.
Yeah.
Most of it's going to be guarantees. Like Derek Carr's 150 is $100 million guaranteed.
But he's only getting 25 a year, which is actually pretty good. Like the way they break it down. But yeah, no, Daniel Jones really.
Yeah. Like there's insane. A ton of that he's got to be asking. But stop ridiculous contract with a majority of it guaranteed. That's the only reason I don't see Lamar not being a Raven right now.
But y'all got to stop blaming Dan Jones because literally the culprit of this is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson didn't play football for 2 years and somehow became one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
The Browns. I wouldn't blame Watson.
Well, yes,
I would blame
Browns.
the Browns and their management team for letting that happen.
The Herbert/Burrow contracts are going to be fucking insane. Jalen Hurts is going to be insane because Jalen Hurts is going to get paid next season because he's a second-round pick.
Allen still needs to get a contract.
Nope, he got it. He got it 2 years ago.
Okay.
So they got lucky with him.
Good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like with Mahomes, like Mahomes' deal looks crazy. 10 years, $500 million, but like,
that was
he's
so funny.
really not getting paid that much.
In the moment, I was like $50 million because he was the highest paid quarterback. Yeah. And then you think about inflation. The Chiefs, shut up. You think about the Chiefs, and you're like, Oh no, they fleeced because like if you think about interest, like it's like a car payment. You're gonna spend a little bit more, but I think in his final year of his contract, he's making like 61, which is gonna be like a mediocre quarterback's
It was
salary.
very, very smart on the Chiefs to sign him for that long.
Yeah. Because he's gonna be good for that long.
Yeah.
Sorry, he is.
I mean, even if he's not good for that long,
he got them 2 Super Bowls.
What he's getting you right now, being he's not the highest paid quarterback.
No,
by
it's it is. He's fifth because it goes him, Kyler, Russell, Deshaun, Aaron Rodgers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So like,
or something like that.
the deal that they made with that long term contract, even if he starts falling off, they made so much money off of him anyways, and they probably will.
And they got success too.
10 years.
Yeah.
And even after the 10 years, like, what do? Do they re-sign him? Like for
that is 7 years in the future, and we will be 29. Let's not even think about that.
We're talking about 5 years in the future. Years.
We'll be 27. Okay, 27 and 29 have 2 different vibes. All right.
That's how I feel about We're gonna do a tangent about off football. When we left Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and they were like, "Ooh, can't wait for Secret Wars." I was like, "Yeah, can't wait to go to a Marvel movie."
When I'm
27. I don't want to.
Is it coming out in 27?
I think it's 2026.
No fucking way.
And if it comes out late 2026, I'll be 26, and most of the
that is really weird to think about. Like the fact that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, I'm in one. Hey, hit me up. I have an agent, please.
Shout out Connor.
I could be a.
He can play MODOK. You don't need much acting skill to do MODOK.
Please don't make me MODOK, okay? I don't need my shit.
Just do MODOK.
I don't want to be MODOK. I want to be here. I want to be like liked. Everyone hates MODOK.
Yeah, everybody hates MODOK.
But yeah, no. So like that's we're 29. Let's not even think about that. All right.
Like Secret Wars it sounds great.
But we're gonna be like adults.
Yeah, we're like literally grown men being like, "Yay, Avengers! Woo!" Because we're still grown men. We're 22 right now, going to Marvel movies and being like, "Yay!"
So true. Actually,
that's a problem. Marvel's hook, line, and sinkered us for sure since 2008. We were 8
when Iron Man came out.
When like,
but I feel like we really got into it like Avengers, like 2012. That's when it really.
Well, yeah, like we were still like kids, and like the interest was going up. Like 2012 to 20.
They've held us for 14 years.
2012 to 2018 peak.
It's been
Marvel.
low-key.
Now
low-key kind of downhill.
We're grown, and the movies suck.
Well,
and
no, it's not just us that think that though. Like even kids think they suck.
Yeah,
so
it's becoming.
Anyways, I'm not shitting on Marvel Studios. Hire me for a job, please.
I was in Creed, and before Creed, I was like, it's nice going to a movie and knowing that I'm probably not going to be disappointed by the end of it, and I wasn't. Creed 3 was awesome. If you haven't seen it,
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in a couple days.
In my opinion, best of the trilogy. If you've kept up with the trilogy, I think.
No, I'm really looking forward to it.
And Michael B. Jordan directed it very well.
Okay, this is the last thing I'll say about film.
Sorry,
one thing that I love about what he's this is kind of sports. It's Creed.
Creed.
One thing I love that he's implementing into Creed that I haven't seen yet, but I've heard and I've really wanted Hollywood to do this more of is he's implementing anime style like fights and like action sequences. Yeah. And I think that no Hollywood live action films really use that. I think a good example was like the new Puss in Boots movie. They used anime style, and it was fucking great. I loved it. But anyways, so that's my tangent.
Yeah, I've only seen the clips of that.
You gotta watch it. Me and James once on. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Lamar earlier, since he's probably not going to be a Raven, we
definitely not. I really doubt it.
Our take lasted 2 weeks of he's going to be a Raven.
I mean, the Ravens still. He can still, if nobody signs him, he'll still be a Raven. He just is.
But I don't think he'll
play.
go. I don't know if he'll go back after all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think he's gonna play. And then at that point, next year, they can either fire up like a legit deal, because what had happened was the deadline hit and they hadn't had it. They needed to do something, so they threw the franchise tag. They had the exclusive franchise tag available.
But you can't trade him with it, so.
Yeah, no, that's what the exclusive franchise is $45 million, and that's it. Like
that's the other thing that's wild.
It's a $45 million paycheck.
It's a total slap in the face to Lamar too, because he's getting
13
less. And so, I mean, what I think will happen is if he's not traded in this offseason, he will be traded before the trade deadline next season because they want to get compensation.
It's weird. It's a weird situation with that unrestricted franchise tag. I don't know why. I mean, there's got to be business side to it, and and leverage on the Ravens. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have just done it for no reason. But yeah.
Another name that's been rumored to be on the move is Zach's boy.
The king.
Derrick Henry.
The king is on the move, baby.
So it sounds like the Titans are shopping him right now, which if they're shopping him, he probably will be dealt. And he's still in his prime. I know he has an injury, but he's probably got 1 or 2 great years left in him. So we're gonna give our top three best fits for. Did you do fits or did you do like most likely? I did fits.
I just put the teams that I think should.
Okay, yes,
make a
fits.
move.
Yeah. So the 3 best fits for Derrick Henry. I'll go first. We're gonna go from 3 to 2 to 1. So 1's I think like the perfect, and I think 3. You shut up. You know how this works. So for me, number 3. Speaking of Lamar, if you want to make him happy, get him Derrick Henry. Don't make him run so much. The Ravens don't have any good running backs. They don't have any good offensive skill positions besides Lamar anyways. So you get him a 2-year player and Derrick Henry, maybe draft, or like J.K. Dobbins can learn behind him, but like they don't have, J.K. Dobbins is fine, but he's not Derrick Henry. So why not take the load off of Lamar a little bit? And also, could you imagine a read option where you either have to commit to the agile ass of Lamar Jackson or the powerhouse of fucking Derrick Henry? It's over.
It'd be crazy.
It's over.
Yeah. Speaking of teams that have a lot of offensive firepower other than the running back position, the Miami Dolphins.
I kind of like that. They don't really have a running back. They have like a committee, yeah.
They don't at all.
Well, Mostert was like good.
He's
fine.
He's Mostert.
But
though.
yeah,
like
I think Miami's a good spot though. That makes sense. They have an O-line.
Pretty decent O-line. I mean, I know Tua was getting his head banged around quite often back there this season. Pretty decent O-line. Obviously, they have the quarterback is good.
Tua
will be all right.
Yeah.
He's not gonna blow your mind.
But if he has Derrick Henry, it'll help.
That's what I'm saying. So he has Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Derrick Henry. It's going to kind of be I'm drawing a blank to it, but it's going to be the whole Tua is only good because of his weapons. The Brock Purdy, that's who I'm thinking of. The 49ers. It's going to be that kind of situation where Tua will kind of get hyped up, but everybody's just going to discredit him for having literally the best weapons of the game, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Derrick Henry in the backfield. That'd be pretty insane.
That would be insane. Another team that has 2 really good wide receivers and a good quarterback and could use a phenomenal running back. They just lost the Super Bowl. The Eagles with Derrick Henry. Very same situation as the Ravens, bro. If you have to commit to either Jalen Hurts or Derrick Henry, and then, if they're not going to run the ball, cool. They're just going to throw the ball to Devonta Smith or A.J. Brown or get Dallas Goedert with one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. So
it would be insane. I don't see it happening because it's like one of those things that's like way too good to be true. But
the only reason I think
Eagles would be one of, if not the most complete roster in the entire.
The only reason I think it might happen is because they're in the NFC, and I don't think the Titans want to keep him in the AFC. But if they get him, dude, Derrick Henry would. Because Derrick Henry's had an okay offensive line in Tennessee. You give him the best one in the league. Yeah. Oh my God, he's bigger than some of those linemen too.
It's ridiculous.
Who's your 2?
Number 2, I've been seeing this, and I think this is everybody's like number 1 of what they think is going to happen. The Buffalo Bills are a team that is legit a running back away. Like they have Singletary, and that's it. They don't even have Zach
James
Moss.
Cook,
and Cook's a decent rookie, but
he's not Derrick Henry.
You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of how I was talking about. With Lamar and how I don't know how much money they got to be throwing at him because Henry's gonna want a contract,
and they have Diggs, and they have Allen, and they have the defense.
Like they got stars to pay, but yeah, I think Derrick Henry on the Bills would be the step they need to make it a little bit farther in the playoffs and stop disappointing those Buffalo natives.
Yeah, my number 1 is also the Bills. I think there's a very constant theme with my 3 teams, which is they all have mobile quarterbacks. I think if you can just lessen the load off of mobile quarterbacks, they're even more dynamic and they're more of a threat because they're healthier. And also, if you have to commit to an elite running back or an elite running quarterback, that opens up your offense so much. And like you said, Josh Allen has been their running back the entire time. And so take the load off of him. Like, he's the one that I'm surprised hasn't gotten hurt yet. I think he's a lot bigger. That's
Yeah.
why. But like he runs almost as much as Lamar and Jalen Hurts, if not more. So
And doesn't protect himself. He will
take a hit.
and take hits.
he's due. So get him a running back so he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So who's your one then?
It's unorthodox and it's weird.
I'm interested.
The Chicago Bears, I think, should really, really, really.
That's fair.
They have so much freaking potential with their draft capital now. They have so much potential to make these big moves now while they have the
most cap
opportunity
space.
and the most cap space and all the draft capital. They shouldn't be waiting. They shouldn't be docile right now.
Right. Ooh.
Now is the time.
Good word. Good word.
Now is the time for the Bears to be aggressive and take that next step. We've seen that Fields has the potential to run all over defenses without a great O-line
Or great weapons.
I think Derrick Henry would just be that kind of next step. And we'll talk about it a little bit more in one of our next segments. I kind of want to talk about the Bears a little bit more. But yeah, I think the Chicago Bears, just like with the whole Lamar situation, the Lions, I know it's not likely, it's unorthodox, and people don't think of the Chicago Bears as a team that should, but with how much they have to give up, right now is the time to do it. And yeah, my number one is the Chicago Bears.
Well, it's funny. I almost put the Bears as like number 3, but then I was like, well, they have Dave Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, but like they're not Derrick Henry.
You can say that about so many running backs
teams
right now.
Yeah.
Man. It's like if you have the opportunity, throw a shot, throw an offer. It might make your running back mad, but the running backs are so volatile anyways. Like,
hey, there's a running back in every single draft.
Yeah, everybody, the running backs switch up so much. And again, we'll talk about it in the next segment. But yeah, I think there's a lot of teams right now that when Derrick Henry is on the table and the Titans are going to let that man walk, you got to throw something at him.
Yeah. So
Because you never know. You never know if he falls in love with a team or he's friends with a player that's on another team that's like, it's not the best contract in the world, but I get to go play with them.
Yeah.
This offense likes me. They want to build around me. They want to give me the ball.
and you're not there for the entire contract. You're only there for I think 2 years.
Yeah,
So if you don't like it.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of teams right now that really should be throwing Derrick Henry a bone because he's a dog. He is a dog.
So Zach's been obviously like foaming at the mouth for the next segment, so I think we'll just hop right into it, which I'm guessing is the top 5 running backs in 5 years. In 5 years.
Oh, that's the
not
next
right
segment.
now. In 5 years. 5 years. Not this year. 5 years. Yeah, I'm looking at you,
I was talking about the
commenters.
third segment, but I like this segment too. This segment is hard.
This is so hard.
Quarterbacks was chill.
Quarterbacks was like pretty
Chillin'.
Running back, I sat there at my phone like I have no idea.
And it's really hard to make a list that I feel like people aren't gonna.
I have people on my
like.
list that aren't even in the NFL yet.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not that deep into it.
So here, I'll go first. My number 5.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm gonna sound like you. Najee Harris is going to be, in 5 years, the number 5.
You gotta make it sound
running back.
excited.
Well, I mean, like, come on. He's young. He's one of the youngest in the league right now. He's gotten better. He's just been on a really shit offense. If they can just get better, he's going to be fine. Yeah. And I think that the one thing he'll have that a lot of other running backs won't have that didn't make this list, and I don't want to hear about it, is that he's going to have consistency. He's going to be on the Steelers for at least a contract.
Fair enough.
Who's your number 5?
Breece Hall.
Okay.
He got hurt, which is kind of why I put him down towards the bottom of the list.
That's fair.
People like JP is one of the main proponents of this. He says that nobody can recover from an ACL,
was it an ACL?
injury. Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Nobody fully recovers. Nobody's fully back.
He looked so good though.
But yeah, he looked amazing. The Jets are in that situation where we've seen them be terrible. They're finally now finishing that sort of rebuild. Give it the next 5 years, and I think Breece Hall will be up there for sure.
My number 4 is another rookie, Ken Walker III. I think Ken Walker, if him and Breece had stayed healthy, it would have been
He's my 4 as well.
Oh, let's go. Did you see the +1 friendship? That's what. Yeah, Ken Walker and Breece Hall, if they both stayed healthy, it would have been a duel for the ages for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But I think that he's going to be great in Seattle with apparently Geno Smith for the next 3 years. Speaking of quarterbacks that got extended.
And it's good to kind of have consistency at
Well,
at
yeah,
the
because
quarterback
now
position.
they're not going to use their draft picks on a quarterback. They're not going to use it on a running back or a wide receiver. They're going to probably use it on things like O-line or defense, things that help him out.
Which is like why Breece Hall, the Jets may not have the same quarterback throughout those 5 years. And I really do think that helps. I think this whole rotating locker rooms and rotating leaders
Chemistry
doesn't
matters, man.
help teams. It really doesn't.
Chemistry is super important, and I think that's one bold prediction. We're about to enter an era of the NFL where players start to take pay cuts so they can have consistency because they see how lack of consistency can also kind of I think the perfect example of this is Le'Veon Bell. He was on trajectory for a Hall of Fame career. He was going to be the greatest running back in Steelers history.
It's really funny. It's really weird that you brought up Le'Veon Bell.
Why?
And we'll get to that. But it's just the world works in weird ways. It really does. That's what I'm just going to say.
Okay.
It'll be weird.
Because Le'Veon is the prime example of he was going to be the greatest running back in Steelers history. He was going to be a Hall of Famer, but he chose the money instead. And I think as good as the money is, and I think that it's really important for players to get their bag, you've earned it. You've worked your ass off for your entire life to get here, so you deserve that money. But I think players also do like the success that they have. Yeah. And so you want to have that notoriety. And so I think that we're going to enter an era where players really start to care about consistency, and also you become an adult, you start a family, your family doesn't want to move all the time.
No, they don't.
Who's your number 4 is also
so we both had Kenneth Walker at number 4. Number 3 oh yeah, your turn.
Number 3 for me is Breece Hall, so we're just gonna go back to Zach because same things he said.
So number 3, Saquon Barkley. He's still pretty young. He's only 26 years old. The 26 is not that.
He's been in the league for 4 years.
It's only 4 years.
That's a long time,
I guess, for a running back. But he came off his injury, proved that he could still be successful. I don't think he's going to be a giant.
Keep talking.
The computer's about to die, and then ruin everything that we recorded. I don't think he's going to be a giant for these full 5 years, which is going to help his case a little bit more, especially coming on the late end of his career. I think he's going to go to a team that is stacked and ready for a push. And I think personally he will be on a late push playoff team that might kind of like the Rams, that's just going to kind of solidify the legacy and solidify him being a top 5 running back in the league in 5 years.
My number 2 running back is not even in the NFL
I was about to be
yet.
now you're getting to the point where there's probably weird names on there.
He's going to be drafted this year, probably a first rounder. I think that in 5 years from now, the second best running back in the league is going to be Bijan Robinson.
The second best running back in the entire league.
He is the best running back prospect I have seen in college, maybe since how dominant Zeke was. I'm not saying he's going to be Zeke. I'm saying he's just dominant like Zeke was. He's so good. He is every team that needs a running back's wet dream.
Yeah.
So obviously we can't talk too much about him in the NFL, but just based off his college play, he's been phenomenal.
You could, Johnny Manziel was supposed to be the next coming of
Okay,
Christ.
Let's not compare Bijan to Johnny.
No, that's what I'm
okay?
saying. I'm just saying, you never know.
So who's
you
your
never know
2?
with these. Number 2.
Wait.
Guess.
Jonathan Taylor?
No.
Damn.
He's up there.
There's only 2 left, so I think we know where he is.
He's up there. But
who's your number 2?
Nick Chubb.
Oh, interesting.
Is going to stay consistent, stay within the top 5.
Is that your Le'Veon Bell callback from earlier?
No.
Oh,
we'll get to that in a second.
God, okay.
Like I said, it's just weird that you brought that up. But yeah, I think Nick Chubb just continues what he does, and like we were just talking about, consistency matters, and if he can stay consistent, again, he's not that old.
26.
26. Yeah, I think if the Browns keep utilizing him right, He's going to be able to stay healthy, stay up there, and yeah, that's my number 2.
Our number 1, it seems to be Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor's probably going to be the best.
He had one bad year. Give him a break. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be just fine.
Before we talk about Jonathan Taylor, this is for the TikTok. I can't wait for all the people to say, "What about Christian McCaffrey? What about?"
I don't think Christian McCaffrey's in the league in 5 years.
Dude, I don't think a lot of these running backs are in the league in 5 years. So, listen.
5 years is a long time.
Yes.
I was risky with Chubb and Saquon. They could be out of the league in 5 years.
I think
we were
Chubb
just
could, yeah.
talking about the volatility of the running back position. They rotate often. There's a reason running backs don't get long-term contracts.
Literally, my list has 2 rookies, a second-year player, a guy who's not even in the league yet, and a third-year player.
Like
mine are all young.
Putting old people on the list. Old people, they're 26. Putting older players.
Old people watching fucking Secret Wars.
Oh God. We're gonna be 26 watching Avenger movies. They're in the league right now, making millions. Pain. It was. I say risky as if it matters at all. But yeah, I think Connor went with the safer option of putting very, very young players on there because it could change so fast.
Turnover really is insane.
And yeah, with CMC, I know TikTok's gonna get all upset.
5 years, not now. He's great. All right.
With CMC on there, he's probably not gonna be in the league. Jonathan Taylor could be out.
Yeah.
You literally never know.
Injuries happen, sudden things happen. Yeah. Andrew Luck happens, stuff like that.
Yeah, like they literally could just be like, "Oh, I don't want to play football anymore."
So is Le'Veon Bell in the next segment?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next segment. So I'm just really, really curious where we're going with this. Okay. So this is gonna be cap or no cap. If you know how this works, we say something. If we think it happens, no cap. If we think it's not gonna happen, cap. This is a off-season edition. Do.
You start. I gotta type out. I never finished typing. I thought about it on the way.
Podcast heard none of that. All right. So, well, you have to say cap or no cap. So I need. Okay, I'll put the mic up to your mouth. Okay. So my first one.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh Jesus! All right, my first cap or no cap. Lamar Jackson will be traded this offseason.
No cap.
No cap. He's gonna be dealt. It may not be within the next couple of months, but I think before preseason starts, he's gonna be dealt.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be post draft because teams need to.
I don't know if it. I think it counts still if teams offer him. I think that counts as a trade. So yeah, no cap.
What's your first one?
Aaron Rodgers plays another down for the Green Bay Packers.
That's cap.
I say cap as well. I think he's done.
So let me counter. Cap or no cap, Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet. Ooh.
It's hard. I don't know. Like, the thing with the Jet and Aaron Rodgers is, like, I just don't know why the Jets would... Like, I get it. They're a quarterback away, but how long does Aaron Rodgers play?
2 years, and you can have Zach Wilson behind him. And I'm not saying Zach Wilson's going to be great, but you can get Zach Wilson at least learn from a Hall of Famer.
How much do they got to give up for Aaron Rodgers? That's another thing with the Jets. Like they're doing it so well right now that they they've rebuilt and they've gotten this young team, and all of a sudden they throw away capital for a guy that's going to play 2 years, and a guy that. Does he win them a Super Bowl? Is that their goal? Does Aaron Rodgers make that team instantly Super Bowl contenders? The thing with the Jets is just I just don't see why Aaron Rodgers I can see why Aaron Rodgers would want to go there with the young talent on the team, but Aaron Rodgers said it himself. He doesn't want to play for a rebuild, and if I
don't think they'll rebuild.
You don't think the Jets are still considered in a rebuilding phase right now? We gave them
P for potential because they literally just need a quarterback. And if Aaron Rodgers is even a slim shot of what he was MVP year.
If Aaron Rodgers goes, I'm sure they'd be great for those 2 years. I just don't know if the Jets want just a 2-year guy. I feel like they want their franchise guy. That's my opinion.
felt the TikTok discourse there for a second. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I say no cap. I think he's going to be a Jet. I think that's going to be. I think that's the only trade I can for sure kind of see happening right now.
I say cap. But I also couldn't counter. Like I have no freaking clue where Aaron Rodgers is going to play. I just don't want to. I just don't think he goes to the Jets.
Yours isn't cap. Yours is cap with a question mark.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he could play for the Jets. I see it happening. I just don't know. Why on both. I can see on Aaron Rodgers' end why, especially if the bag's there. But on the Jets' end, I just don't see why.
So
like, if they're gonna be spending money and giving away picks, go get Lamar. Go get a younger quarterback that's gonna play more than 2 years.
I agree.
Like, go get Lamar. If you're gonna be throwing picks away for Rodgers, go get Lamar instead of Rodgers.
I agree with you. I just think that's the most, like, he literally already met with them and stuff, so I think that's why. Yeah. What's your second?
The Bears with the current first overall pick do not draft within the top 10.
The Bears
The Bears have the first overall pick right now.
Right. They don't draft in the top 10 is what you're saying?
I don't think they draft within the top 10.
Yeah, I say no cap. I think they're going to maximize value. Yeah. What I think might happen is they trade down like 1 or 2 picks and then trade that down as well.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I think they're going to get a shit ton of capital.
I think what's most likely to happen is they go from 1 to 4. They get the Colts pick. Colts draft go up to number 1, getting their guy, whether it's probably going to be C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
Might be Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson has been balling out. Could definitely be Anthony Richardson. And then from the 4, I think they go back even more. This is kind of tied into with that whole Derrick Henry thing. From the 4, go back even more.
To the Tennessee pick?
Maybe you could go back to Tennessee, include that in a package with Derrick Henry, or just go back to another team that's going to give you a bunch of future picks. Use that because the Titans. They're not doing this because they think Derrick Henry is bad.
Yeah,
they're doing this because they understand they're gonna get a lot from him. It sucks losing Derrick Henry,
but you're setting yourself up for future.
You cannot be the Rams. The Rams are literally not at the combine. They showed a booth. They showed like a picture of the booths, like all the teams. On day 1,
every team but the Rams.
I do not think there was a Rams. There was not a man in that Rams booth on day 1. It could have been a Twitter like fake or whatever I saw, but from what I saw on Twitter, the Rams did not show up to the combine.
That's wild.
Because they don't. Why?
Yeah, they don't have a pick.
Why?
Yeah, I get
why
it.
show up? I mean, unless you think all these guys are like, you think one of these guys is going to go undrafted, and you find like a undrafted gem, and you're there. But yeah, I think like the Titans understand that shopping Derrick Henry is going to give them a ton of future capital, and I think, like I was saying earlier, the Bears should use that opportunity to get Derrick Henry now and build with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 2. Is that I don't think the Bears are going to be drafting within the top 10 draft spots, even though they have the number 1 overall pick as of recording.
My next one is also draft related. Cap or no cap? There will be 4 quarterbacks taken in the top 10 picks of the draft.
4 quarterbacks within the top 10?
Yeah.
So we've got Stroud and Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson
and Will Levis.
And
Hendon Hooker, if you really want to say Hendon Hooker, or Stetson Bennett. But
so there's the 4. There's the 4 that are probably going to go first. Who do you think they go to?
So I gotta pull up the draft board real quick because.
So the Colts are going to get one. Yeah, we got to figure out who's in the top 10. I know the Colts are going to get a quarterback.
The Falcons apparently want a quarterback.
Are they in the top 10? I feel like there's going to be a lot of draft night moves.
Draft order 2023. Okay, Houston.
Yeah, Houston will get one.
Indy.
Yeah, so the Colts, the Texans will both get a quarterback.
Raiders, Falcons, Carolina.
Yeah, I feel like all of those teams, especially now that the Falcons and Carolina said no to Lamar, kind of sets them up for drafting one of those guys.
Looking at this, I'm going to say no cap because I think Houston, Indy, Vegas, Atlanta, Carolina are all teams that might draft a quarterback.
I think so as well.
Obviously, not all 5 are going to get one because there's only 4 really good prospects. But so you're no cap as well.
I'm no cap as well.
Okay,
I think.
cool.
I think it's a good. I think it'll work out for you.
We really have the 32nd overall pick. That's so nice.
Yeah, and 17.
I know.
I swear to God, though, if we use that 17 to draft that freaking
Jordan
wide
Addison,
receiver,
I will lose my
will
fucking mind.
lose
Do you see Andrew
my mind.
Filipponi on
He
Twitter?
could be a god, but why?
We don't need him.
We
but Zach, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow look really good together. They look so good together, Zach. You don't understand. They look phenomenal. So why wouldn't the Steelers just do? Because we have Deontay, and we have George, and we have Calvin, and we have Pat. You know what we don't have? Offensive line, cornerback, for strong safety, middle linebacker, defensive tackle.
we have so many more problems. What a wild thing. We have so many more problems than wide receiver. Wide receiver is not a problem at all. Jordan Addison looks good. He does. He's going to be a great.
His combine was ass.
He's going to be a good NFL player. Just not for the Steelers.
Pittsburgh,
I beg.
you guys.
As much as he wants to play for the Steelers, he said, "Come get me." Kenny really wants him. I get it. I really do. But I swear, if you use the 17th overall pick on a wide receiver, you'll make him good. He'll be a great wide receiver.
He's a Steeler wide receiver.
I get it. He will, but we just don't need another one.
We can
because
draft.
then what? The only thing I can think of is if from now to draft night Deontay Johnson leaves, and for whatever reason the Steelers think we need another wide receiver. Draft O-line there. Draft a cornerback there.
If you guys want a receiver, guess what? Draft one in the 3rd or the 4th round.
hold off.
Because we're so good at drafting receivers. Just do it later in the round.
Hold off.
Please.
Like Connor was saying, I don't think his combine looked that impressive. Hold off a little bit. Use the 17. Get what you need out of the 17. Fall back to the 32. If he's still there,
No.
Maybe then I understand.
I'll still be angry.
I'm gonna be angry. At the 32, maybe then you can consider it. At 17, Jordan Addison should not even be considered.
He shouldn't be on the board.
He shouldn't be considered.
You know what? We can consider him for the 3rd round pick.
Yeah, like I said, if he's there later, take your shot. Go ahead. The 32nd and the 17 need to be help elsewhere. They need it. Imagine we draft Blake Freeland. What a wild time.
Did you see his combine?
He did great.
He has the highest vertical.
Highest vertical out of all offensive
To be fair,
linemen.
he's 6'7".
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for those of you that are confused, we went to high school with him. He graduated the same year
Blake
as us.
Freeland,
No, you're younger than us.
the right tackle?
Left guard, I think.
No, he's a tackle.
Is he a tackle?
He's a
Oh,
tackle.
that's right. 'Cause he was tight end.
Yeah.
That's right. Tackle for BYU.
BYU, stud in the combine.
Probably
He broke the record for offensive line vertical. He has the longest broad jump in this year's combine, and he was 0.01 seconds away from having the fastest 40 time.
Sounds like he's probably gonna be a 2nd rounder this year. So, good for him.
A lot of people brought up the good point that I also kind of agree with. They're not metrics that O-line should be based off of.
Yeah, the
I get athleticism.
Yeah.
It shows athleticism. But
only think about it. He was a tight end and
when
a quarterback.
when are you jumping with all your freaking might
Yeah.
at the combine or in a game time situation? I can maybe see the 40 having to chase a ball down, but it's not going to be you.
Yeah.
You're not going to be sprinting 40 yards. You're going to get beat. He ran a 4.9.
Yeah.
He ran like a 4.9. A cornerback is going to dust
Yeah,
you no
a
matter how
4.5
fast
quarterback.
you are as an offensive lineman. I get it. Stud combine performance. Good job. I don't know what else to say. But I just don't JP kind of said his film doesn't look the best in game time situations.
I think he went to the combine because he knew it increased his stock.
Yeah,
And which was smart.
he knows he's athletic. He's a very athletic kid. Mwala, my sister's boyfriend, played basketball with him, and he knows. He told me he's a stud. His athleticism is crazy for the size that he is. Whether that it's going to get him drafted higher than before, that's for sure. This now is definitely going to get him drafted higher than he was going to get drafted 3 weeks ago. Which again, congratulations! You're going to make yourself some money, you and your family.
Shout out Coach Freeland.
Shout out Coach Freeland. But yeah, no, he balled out. But imagine, it'd be cool.
There's other prospects.
Yeah.
Blake, you're cool, but there's other
Yeah.
prospects. If we took him with
We
like
need tackles.
If we took him with like our other second round pick, then maybe. But
We need tackles.
we need a
it'd be-
left
it'd be
tackle.
nice.
I'm so sorry. We need Dan Moore. Sorry Dan, but yeah, we need a left tackle more than anything else.
And I mean,
Or
he
a corner.
Blake could switch over. I mean, I don't know. He's huge. Blake is a monster. 6'7", 302 pounds, I think.
Which is so funny because when we knew him in high school, he was
our quarterback.
he was so skinny too.
He was our quarterback.
He
He
was-
was a little twig.
Yeah, and I remember when he accepted BYU his junior year of high school, he was going as a quarterback.
He was going as a quarterback that got transferred to tight
Tight
end
end.
because
He got benched.
I realized, as well as most people realized, he wasn't the best quarterback in the freaking world. Blake, if you're reading or if you're hearing this, you weren't the best quarterback to ever
like
play
you
for
just-
Harriman.
You're a good tight
sorry.
end. You're a good tight end.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like when they put Lakey Fotu out on tight end, like
It's 'cause
you
he
knew
was-
where the ball was going. He was massive. He played like every snap on the defensive line, and all of a sudden he'd come out in offense and be like, "Huh,
I wonder
what's going to happen now." Yeah, it's clearly a post or a fade to the massive man that is Lakey Fotu. Like, high school sports are so weird because most people are normal in high school and
Then you
have
have
like
the
a
outliers.
normal size. And then you got people like Lakey Fotu, Blake Freeland, who was like 6'6" in high school. Yeah, it's crazy. So, like, you weren't the best quarterback. I'm sure you're going to be a fine offensive lineman in the NFL. You'll have a good career. But, yeah, it's a wild metric that people think he's going to be like this crazy O-line prospect.
just because of his speed or
Can
whatever.
run
Yeah.
pretty fast and jump pretty far. Like, that matters.
Yeah, I know.
It matters. Like I said, it shows your athleticism. I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on you, Blake.
But it's
Because
just
I couldn't do it.
for your position right now.
Yeah.
It's if you were going as quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, like a skill position, it would
Yeah.
make sense because those are where like speed and verticals really help. But like you said, when is an offensive lineman looking at the
Dude,
jump?
imagine a 6'8", 302-pound tight end
Damn,
that could jump the way that Blake does.
that'd be wild. Who
would be
moved
wild.
like just super
Yeah.
fast?
Yeah.
Well, there's
Oh, yeah.
there's other things we could talk about. but
You missed my third cap or no cap, the one about Le'Veon.
Oh wait, yeah, let me on. Go.
So on the way down here, the topic that Connor brought up was bring 3 cap or no caps about the offseason. There was the 2 obvious ones, like the Bears, the Rodgers, the Lamar situations. I couldn't think of a third one. I was sitting there forever, like on the way down the mountain. I was like, I don't know what to bring up. And then for whatever reason, I remembered that Le'Veon has started a little boxing career. Most people don't know that. He fought Adrian Peterson last year.
I remember that.
He's fighting again pretty dang soon. And he looks all right. He looks decent. So in my last minute, I couldn't think of anything else, which is, like I said, why it's weird that you brought up Le'Veon, because it was literally random. It was like, oh, yeah, Le'Veon's, like, fighting people now. Le'Veon Bell, cap or no cap, Le'Veon Bell will be a better boxer than he ever was a running back in the NFL.
Cap.
Cap, okay.
What?
He has potential. Like I said, I couldn't think of anything else. I really couldn't. That's what I thought of. So Le'Veon Bell is probably not going to be a better boxer. If you take out his time on the Steelers. Say all we saw Le'Veon Bell was
The Jets?
Jets, and he only played for the Jets.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Did he play for the Chiefs? He played, but like, did he? Come on. Minus his great time in Pittsburgh. Have you even seen? Did you even watch the fight?
Don't care.
He literally knocked out Adrian Peterson. Like, it was wild. 2 old men fighting each other.
Like 30. Old
Yeah.
man.
But he seems to be taking boxing decently serious, more serious than he took football at the time when he was on the Jets.
It's such
So,
a
yeah,
wild cap.
maybe.
Cap.
I couldn't think of anything. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. That was a hard question. It was a hard question because like I said, I could have done like a Lamar thing, but I knew you were gonna do like a Lamar
I know.
thing.
Yeah, I felt bad doing that.
I was like, I don't know what I would. I wanted a little bit of diversity. And I thought it'd be a funny question.
Such a funny
Will
question.
Le'Veon Bell be a better boxer than he ever was a running back?
Everyone just watched the Cap or No Cap on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, being like, "Oh, okay, huh?
Where did you pull that one from?
Where'd you? What just happened?" Well,
He has potential. He might be a decent boxer. If He
Sure.
takes it serious. But I don't think he will. I think he's just doing it for the money,
yeah.
which is
This
what a lot of celebrity boxing is right now.
This has basically just been all NFL. We're not going to really do basketball today. We'll just leave the episode here.
Yeah, might as
not?
well. Why not?
Thanks for watching. Go check out other stuff. TikTok, Instagram.
TikTok. Oh,
Oh,
I personally want to say to anybody that's watching right now, you're not. Anybody that is.
he has like last minute.
I can say I'm talking for both of us. We really do appreciate all the support that we have been getting over these past couple weeks. It's been pretty much exponential, at least on my end and what I've been seeing on the TikTok alone. The support is unreal. The views are up. We've gained, it doesn't sound like a lot on TikTok. I think we've gained like 30 followers in like 2 weeks.
The biggest thing is we're now getting the amount of likes we get per TikTok is about how many views we used to get per TikTok, which is insane.
It's awesome. It all stems from the big 20K. Shout out to those random boys that we met at All-Star Weekend for whatever reason you guys popped off. Shout out you two boys for making it a little more fun to post on the TikTok. Like I text Connor, I was like, when we were kind of pumping out content after that 20K view, I was like, well, now what? Normally it's like 3 videos a week.
We're trying to get one a day now, so.
And now it's like 3 videos a week, and it used to be good. We'd get the views, we'd get our little core 200 or 300, but now we're getting 1,000 plus people that are liking the videos, engaging with the videos. It means a lot. It really does. I was telling him it kind of sucks that we're kind of starting the uptrend right before things on the podcast are going to kind of change. We're going to try to figure things out for you.
We're not going anywhere, but things will be a little weird for a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches, especially if you're here right now.
There's no way.
Shout out to literally anybody that's here. As you're hearing this come out of my mouth,
Prove it.
I love each and every one of you way more than you guys can understand for just listening to two dudes talk. One of our TikToks, some dude was like, what's your guys' highest level of playing experience? Why are you credible at all? I was like, bro, we're two friends that like talking ball. It's really not that serious. So to the people that are listening, to two people talk ball, thank you.
We appreciate it.
I wanted to say thank you.
It's been a lot of fun, and like Zach was talking about numbers. This will be the last thing we talk about before we leave.
It's snowing.
No.
Why does it snow so much? It's you guys. If you've lived in Utah, you understand. It snowed every day in March. It's been ridiculous.
I don't want to do this anymore.
It's March. I was telling people like 2 years ago, March, like when COVID was happening, did it not feel like summertime? Like when COVID
It was
hit,
tempting us.
It was like bright, sunny outside. Now
It has not
2
been
years,
sunny for like it's like
I
3
have
weeks.
legit. It's been ridiculous. Like it gets sunny, and then it'll snow. It's been snowing so much. I don't understand. Park City is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You go out to Park City
There's
right
so
now.
much snow.
The snow up there is ridiculous. Like feet, like good 5 feet of snow up in Park City right now. It's crazy.
But yeah, no. Ever since we started bringing the pod back, I think we're also up like 200, 300 subscribers on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Like it's been awesome. So we appreciate all the love and support, you guys. Speaking of support, shout out Bill. Use code TCP Connor or
TCP Zach. Wait,
check
that
out-
sounds exactly like the other one.
I thought I
We
was
should
gonna say
probably
yeah.
change it.
So we're gonna
this is for the TikTok.
Okay.
We gotta add it in.
So here
there.
you can start this one. You'll say
Okay.
shout out Bill. So
Shout out Built Bar.
Make sure-
Use code. Okay.
get it
What do you mean? Why are you talking? Why are you talking? This is my time.
I'm sorry. You paused.
tried to go
You
in.
paused. Go. Do it again.
Shout out Built Bar. Use code
TCP Connor.
or TCP Zach for 10% off on your next order.
Shout out you guys. It's been super fun. I look forward to this every single week.
It's great.
great.
It's great times. Gets us doing something. I know everybody needs an extra hobby in the world.
We're gonna end though, so Zach can get home in one piece before it starts really snowing.
It looks like it's probably gonna get bad pretty soon. I don't see any sunlight or open sky. Heading south, it looks all right.
A little bit.
So we'll get south.
We don't know how to end these. So
I did it.